beaders, it's Gina here from orchidandopal.com. If you are new here, I want to give you a very warm welcome. For everyone else, welcome back. As you can see, I have a couple projects that I wanted to share today. So for those who don't know, I work with bbcraft.com. Occasionally they are an online bead and jewelry making craft supply type store. And every month they send me a selection of products to share with you guys and then to come back later and follow up with some kind of a project share or tutorial, something like that. So some of you guys may remember that back in April, or actually no, I think it was March, I received a large container of these shells, and most of them have little holes drilled in them. You can use them for jewelry making, things like that. By the way, I'll leave the link to this product down below. It is available now on their website from the China warehouse, not the US warehouse. So I have more details about their shipping process in my BB Craft hauls, and I will leave the link to that playlist below as well. But it's a massive container. As you can see, there's so many beautiful different shells in here, and I couldn't wait to play with them. So they really inspired me to come up with something this month to share with you guys, and I was especially excited to see them painted. So I was really inspired to paint them gold. I had seen some pictures before of seashells that were done in jewelry that looked gorgeous with just the edges in gold, so I had also picked up some gold paint to do that. I just hadn't gotten around to doing just the edges, so I did a quicker project this time just because I'm in a temporary moving phase in my life, and as you can imagine, it's just a little bit more challenging to create like I really want to right now. Let me move these out of the way and let me just explain to you how I went about the painting process. So as you can see, I still have a massive amount of shells left. This container was about $11 or $12. Hopefully it'll come back into the US warehouse, so if you wanted to order it in the future, you could get free shipping if you're in the US like I am. But I wanted to lay this out just so you could see all the different varieties, all the beautiful shells that are included, and how the holes are drilled, things like that. But this was a fun project to work on with my son. We had gotten some gold spray paint and laid these out on an old towel outside, and we spray painted them basically. So this is the can that we used of spray paint. This is a Krylon metallic gold. It was just something I picked up at my local Michael's. You can find it at your craft store, home improvement store, things like that. So this is the color that I used to get the color of these shells. And as you can see, some of them are not spray painted all the way. That's just a casualty of spray painting with a child. But you know, it's fun. It was a learning experience and we had a great time. So we just gathered up a bunch of different shapes, tried to get a nice variety of different ones. Look how beautiful that is with the spray paint on. I mean, they're all so beautiful in their natural state. I don't even want to take away from their natural state, but isn't that really neat that you can spray paint these and it really brings out the texture and the shape of that? That would make such a beautiful pendant on its own. So I just wanted to share a couple projects with you just to get your mind thinking. Maybe you even have some shells like this at home. And all it took was one nice coat of spray paint. You let it dry for a little bit, then you turn the shells over and spray paint them again. And they dry pretty fast. Give them enough time though so you don't pick them up and they're still tacky and you ruin their finish. And then if you see anywhere you miss some spots like I did, then you can go back and just do some touch-up spraying. Also, I didn't put any kind of clear gloss on these, but I would probably recommend doing that. I know you can get clear spray glosses and things like that. I just didn't do that for the purposes of time, and the end result really looks the same. But I would recommend trying to do that if you want to keep your paint and everything intact, especially if you plan on wearing the jewelry pretty often. You don't want the paint to rub off or anything over time. So these were the other two couple little paints that I picked up that I talked about maybe painting around just the edges of the shells. So I picked that up. I just didn't get a chance to use this yet. And then I thought this was potentially very pretty. It's just like a clear paint with a beautiful holographic glitter in it. I thought that could be like a subtle way to paint the shells, but then as the light hits it, it'd give it this really cool glitter effect. So I have some more things to play with eventually, and I'll have to keep you updated on how those work. But that's where I started. In order to make those two necklaces, I just picked out a variety of shapes and spray painted them without actually knowing what I was going to do with them first. And then once I had a nice collection of painted shells, I started playing around on my bead mat and moving things around, seeing what I liked combined with the gold shells, and just seeing where my mind would take me. So let me bring those necklaces back and just share with you a little bit more about how I put them together. So let's take a closer look at this one. This one, as you can see, uses 3 of those larger shell components for the foundation of this necklace. This is a basic wire wrap loop style on-chain necklace. I wanted to keep the overall feel and vibe of this necklace very organic, kind of moving freely. I love the sound that these all make. But at the same time, I wanted to bring it some elegance because of the beautiful gold that these shells are painted. Something else I wanted to bring up was just the color of the gold. This paint was a nice toned down type of color, and as you can see if you look close, the wire that I used for the wire wrap loops is more of that brighter, brassier yellow gold. I just didn't have any of the more toned down wire, but that's on my list of something to purchase. But for the purpose of the video, and plus I don't think it looks that bad anyway, I used what I have, which is what I encourage everybody to try to do initially anyway. So I started by putting on the shells. These 3 large ones in particular, I played with my bead board so that I could have them laid out nicely. So I started out with the 3 shells. Then I added the little cowrie shells, these guys right here, in between. And then I was going through my stash and kind of pulling out things to see what I liked with these. And just to keep it simple and very elegant and really keep the spotlight on the shells, I decided to go with some clear quartz drops. These are faceted drops I had received from the Beadbox Bargains website that I've talked a lot about before. Got a great deal on those, I think around Black Friday time. And I didn't go crazy with like counting each one of the little links on the chain. Again, this is more of an idea to keep this organic. I mean, we're working with shells, kind of more natural materials. And I just placed the quartz crystals where I thought they looked nice, where I wanted to fill in some gaps. And I used 2 different sizes. I first went in with the larger drops, and then to finish it off, I just added some of the smaller drops in between where there were some spaces. So these shells are going to flip around a little bit. Of course, the main ones, the larger ones, once you put it on your neck, you can have those into position where they pretty much won't move. But, you know, these little crystals and everything are going to kind of move around. Some will be over the shells, some will be under the shells, and it all actually looks really nice, in my opinion at least. And then on the back, like I usually do, I just finished it off with an extender chain and then a little quartz crystal on the back. I think it looks really finished, and I love those details like that. So in case anybody asked me where did I get the chain, I did get the chain from one of my past subscription boxes, but they do also sell chain on bbcraft.com, so definitely check around and look for that. By the way, if you are interested in shopping on bbcraft.com, I do have a coupon code. It is Gina2019, Gina 2019. That will save you $5 off your purchase of $40 or more. And through the end of the month, I believe they are having their last chance clearance sale. It's their biggest sale pretty much that they've ever had. They're moving their US warehouse, so they're transitioning some of their stock. So definitely check out their site and see what kind of deals you can find. They have filters where you can filter to $25 free shipping, which will tell you what items you can purchase for free shipping, in particular if you're in the US like I am. So don't forget to use that coupon code if you're interested in purchasing off of their site. That is good through the end of the year. All right, so those were all the main things I wanted to talk about for necklace number 1, and then here is necklace number 2. It is just another variation on the gold chain and shells, and as you can see, I added these little asymmetrical pearls right here. I thought that the gold shells also looked beautiful and appropriate with the freshwater pearls. So some of these had come in subscription boxes and some had come from some happy mail that I had received from a couple of awesome viewers. As you can see, I used different sizes. These are the smallest size right here on the chain up there, and then I used the largest size in the large shell, then I used a smaller shell where I used the medium size. I think altogether they made a beautiful cascading pendant, kind of did it from large to small. As you can see, here's a little cowrie shell at the bottom that I wire wrapped onto the bottom of the chain, and I'll just show you kind of how I put this together. Each of these is a separate component. I used a ball head pin on these 2, as you can see, going through the pearl and the shell, and then creating a little loop like that there on the back that I was able to attach to a piece of chain. So that was just a slightly shorter segment of chain than that bottom one. And then this one, the loop on the back with the ball head pin, I attached directly to the bottom of the main necklace chain. So I just had to play around a little bit with it to get the lengths right and just get it how I want it, but I love how it came out. And again, these will probably flip around, but I actually like how they look in all the combinations. So like it might do this, it might do something like that, this may be this way, this may be this way. I actually like how they look no matter how they're laying So I think that's kind of nice as well. And then, like I had mentioned before, I just added these little details up the chain. And sometimes I like to do things asymmetrically just because it's a little bit different and unexpected. And again, especially with working with more organic or natural types of materials like shells, I think it's kind of fun not to have everything so matchy-matchy, but if you are a person that asymmetrical designs drive you nuts, you could always put the pearls in the same place on the chain, or you could leave those little pearls out altogether. Here is a close-up on the little wire wrap loop that I did with the pearl. Basically just used a segment of wire, and I wire wrapped one end to that, put the pearl on, and wire wrapped the other end to this piece of chain right here. So those are the two projects I wanted to share with you guys this month from bbcraft.com. Again, you can find most of these materials or materials like them on their site if you want to go check them out. This container is seriously going to last me, I think, the rest of my life. I think I'm going to be having a lot of fun with these over time. Just imagine how many projects are contained in this container. That's crazy to think about. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting some ideas from this. Maybe it'll inspire you to come up with something completely and totally different, but maybe just the idea of painting your shells or combining the gold with the pearl or the gold with the quartz, things like that. Maybe those types of things will get your mind going. I know I am always inspired seeing what people come up with, so I'm glad to be able to share with you guys as well. I don't know, I'm getting some wedding on the beach vibes from this, I think. Also makes me crave a beach vacation, which is not going to happen anytime soon, but a girl can dream. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. By the way, if this bracelet showed up anywhere in the video, because I know I will be asked, I do have a tutorial on this bracelet. Feel free to check out my past tutorial playlist. For this one, I think it was called the Gemstone Hedge Bracelet. Also, don't forget to enter the incredible giveaway I have going on right now through May 31st to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. I am personally giving away a $100 Amazon.com gift card. So I'm really excited to be able to spoil somebody with their own little beading shopping spree. Of course, you can get pretty much anything on Amazon, so don't forget to get your entry in for that. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. I always love to hear from you guys. I will be back with more bead hauls, more subscription unboxings, and more tutorials and finished jewelry updates as soon as my little fingers can do it. You know, trying to create and also move at the same time can be a little crazy, but this too shall pass. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. Check out the information section under the video for links to my social media handles and other helpful info, and feel free to check out my shop at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching!